for performing. We really appreciate it. Every bit helps. So we're going to do a bunch of acts tonight. You can think of it as a variety show. We're also illegally selling beer and wine. So we hope that he'll have some of that or buy some of our legal water. We're also having a silent auction. We have 6 items for bidding. Maybe I'll bring some of them up here later. Yeah, I'll bring some of the objects up later. But we're going to get started with a very hilarious man, Mickey Freeland. A very hilarious small boy, Mickey Freeland.
Thanks, Lola.
It's a little chair for a little guy.
Hey guys, how's it going? Good. All right. This mic is super loud, so I'm gonna try to hold it pretty far away. Some of you guys might have heard this story before, but it's a good one, so I'm just gonna do it again. I'm gonna open up with a story from my childhood. One time when I was about 6 years old, I was hanging out with my neighbor, and we decided that we wanted to have a garden in between our 2 houses. And we didn't know much because we were only 6, but I did know that to have a garden or to have any plants grow, you need fertilizer. And I did know also that for fertilizer you could use poop. And Dina's heard this one before, and I'm really glad because she's getting me psyched. And the thing is, we were only 6 years old, we didn't have a lot of wherewithal, and I was like, I really don't know where to get like a lot of poop, but I do know where to get a little bit of poop. And so I was just like, don't worry, I got this. Went into the bathroom, made a little like nest of toilet paper, and I just did a poop into this toilet paper, and I wrapped it up, got it all ready for shipment, took it outside, and I was ready to, start farming. But my neighbor had, his attention had started to wander. He went and got a super soaker, came back, and he was just like, let's have a water gun fight. And I was like, that's cool, this turd can wait. And so I just set this wrapped up mummified poop next to my, the door on my back porch and went about my business for the rest of the day. About like 2 or 3 hours later, my mom shows up on the driveway and she's just like, Mickey. So I go over and I was just like, what's up, Mom? And she's just like, there's a turd wrapped up in some toilet paper sitting by the back porch. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? And I was just like, and I freaked out and just went like white inside, And then she was just kind of glaring at me and she was like, what, tell me what's up with this turd. And then I was just like, all of a sudden it came to me like a ray of sunlight, and I was just like, I think I know where it came from. Dad did it. All right. My name's Mickey, and I like to wear a lot of like Mickey gear. I have like some Mickey hats, I have some Mickey sweatshirts, but the thing that I really want to get is like a pair of those, like, do you guys remember those like embroidered jeans that had like the different like cartoon characters, like, it'd be like Daffy Duck, just like, or something like that. I want to get, a pair of those, and it's like, I don't know if you guys remember, but they're basically like what like a roofer would wear to a funeral in the 90s. And he'd show up and he'd just have his like camera and his little clip, and it would just be like, man, come on, you can do better than that. Tuck your t-shirt in. I've been single for a little while, and it's been hard because I know a lot of these really cool single girls kind of like in the scene, and it's like I keep like messaging these girls on their MySpace pages, and like none of them are writing back to me, and it's like, it's really awkward. I don't know why I send them these nice messages, and then it's like I go out and I see them out, and I'm just like, hey, what's up? And they're like, oh, hey, what's up? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? I went on your page, we're all like pretty freaked out about the DC sniper still, but like, you can't write me back? What's wrong with you? I know what you did, you spurned me. I've been going on a lot of these, man, that's low. On a lot of these like YouTube sort of spirals where you just like kind of can't stop watching YouTube. And one thing that I noticed is that it doesn't matter how innocuous a video is. Like it could be like kitty snuggles with turtle, or like sleepy turtle, 2010. And once a video gets like 15 million views, like the first comments start out, it's like, LOL, made my day. And then after like 15,000 comments, it's just like, I didn't say the Holocaust didn't happen, I said Jews controlled media. I watched that thing on YouTube a little while ago, that Coney 2012 thing. I think it's really fucked up how, like, these warlords will use, they'll basically take advantage of these precious, jewels and stones to sort of fund these conflicts in there. But I don't have a lot of money, so I'm taking my stance on blood oranges and conflict almonds. I have a Twitter account, and this really cute girl started following me on Twitter, so I was like, this is awesome, this girl's so cute. So I started following her, and then she disappeared behind a corner. I was having sex with this girl one time, and it happens. It happens to the best of us. And we were having sex, and I kind of like the dirty talk, so we were having sex, and I was like, damn girl, your pussy is so tight. And she was just sort of like, too tight? And I was just sort of like, well, no, I mean, like, the eye of a needle wouldn't be too tight. Like, like the size of my dick were being like planed off by a bandsaw, like it wouldn't be. Another time I was having sex, and this girl was just like, damn, your dick feels so big. And I was just like, interesting. A BB gun looks so big. All right. I'm gonna leave you guys with that one. I hope that wasn't too blue. I know it was.